All right, so welcome everyone. All right. Yeah, I thought that would get your attention. Okay, so what we are looking at here is lessons one and two, and you can see why we coupled lessons one and two together because there's really only one main idea that comes out of it, and that is you need to keep things in order. All right, ratios are all actually I take that back. There's two things. There's the writing of the ratios. All right, apparently this is going to pop up on my screen here, ladies and gentlemen, since I'm recording from home. So the first thing we want to look at in lesson number one. Oh, you should have your yellow notes out. Pause it if you need to. Pause it. Pause it. Get that yellow note packet out if you have not done so. Um, don't worry, I'll still be here if you pause it. But again, we want to watch the three ways to write a ratio. And you should have noticed that we should have one of them is actually using the word to. We can use colon, and then we can end up using a fraction bar. All right. So those are the three different ways. There's not typically we're going to see is we're going to use the fraction bar the most down the road. But for right now, we do want to be aware there are the three different ways. So the main thing it is just about keeping it order. So if I say there are three boys, all right, and I say there are five, let's go squirrels. All right, and I have no idea. That's not how you spell squirrels, is it? No, it's Q-U-I-R. Is there an E in there? Maybe that's, I don't know. All right, you ever do that? Just kind of not sure about spelling, so you kind of sneak it in. Yeah, well, you guys type now all the time, so you get autocorrect. What are you talking about? All right, stay focused here. All right, here I am. Okay, so if I want the ratio, all right, so if the question asks me what's the ratio of boys to squirrels, well, then I'd be like, oh, well, there's three boys, all right, and then there are the five squirrels. So, and again, I can write it any way there. I could say 3, 2, 5, all right, and I could say 3 with the fraction of 5. If they switch the question around and they end up just saying, hey, what's the ratio of squirrels, all right, to boys? Well, then since squirrels came first, I'd have to put the 5 down first, all right, and then I have to say the 3. So 5 to 3, 5 colon 3, 5 to 3. So that's the main thing there. It's just about keeping things in order. And then you have to watch what they're asking for. All right. So you just can't get greedy here. So the main thing here is let's say I had three boys, five squirrels, and then let's say we brought in two birds. Okay. If I ask what's the ratio of non or animals, all right, to total. All right. Well, okay, you got to watch what I'm asking. So, how many of them are animals? Okay. Well, some might say boys are animals there, but for right now, we're going to say we're going to do it the birds and the squirrels. So then we would say that there are seven of them. All right. And then how many total are there altogether? Well, 3, 4, 5. And 5, that would make 10. So I would say a ratio of 7 to 10. So like I said, you just have to watch what they're asking for, all right? And don't get just too greedy and just put down the numbers. Watch for what they're actually going after because that's where they get tricky there, okay? Yeah, tricky like as in evil laugh tricky there. So just be careful about it. That's what you have to watch for. So if you go ahead, if you look at what else we've done, we were writing out words with ratios in lesson 2. We were just coming up with different ways of saying it. And you could say for every, for each, to. Again, these are all things that are going to come out as we move throughout the unit and we read them. So that's where they're really going to make sense. If you look on the right-hand side there, we filled in some parts of the tables there, and that was it. So the main thing about ratios is that you need to keep them in order. Yes, keep the information in order. So, okay, pause here. All right. Go ahead and pause here and get out your classwork. All right, get that classwork in there. So go ahead and pause if you need to. I'll put a little music on there for it there. All right, there. How about a little drum roll as we wait here? Okay, so lesson 1 and 2. It's just the left side and the right hand side. And the big thing is, again, just keeping everything in order. So in the question number 1 for part A, they want you to write the ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls. So you just got to write down the boys first and then the girls second, and you can see the information above. You can write it any way that you want, okay? And you can see in part B, they say write the same ratio using another form, okay? Remember, there are 3 of them there. So, and then it just continues with the question. So get yourself going on your classwork. Today, you do not need to raise your hand at all. All right, you don't have to raise your hand. Just simply finish both pages. Once, if you have questions, of course, get your hand up in the air. All right. The substitute does have an answer sheet there that they can kind of push you a little bit in, and yeah, get them checked. Get them checked there. The bin over the side there. Put it back on in, and then the rest of the information is up there for you on the board, so you know what you're taking care of for tonight. Okay. That's it. Yes, you guys are done. Get going on that classwork.